If you have never been introduced to the term infinite banking, I need you to pay attention to this video today because I'm going to introduce you to an idea that may change the way that you save your money today. And no, it's not anything that requires you to invest the money anywhere or anything related to investments whatsoever. It's actually something that works very similarly to a savings account, but it's a way better option. I want to introduce you to the concept of infinite banking, how that could be a better option, way better, sometimes 5 times better than putting your money in a regular savings account. My name is Andrew Pizzi. I'm an investor and entrepreneur out of Las Vegas, and I want to welcome you to the AP Show, where I'll be focusing on how to build a great life around health, wealth, love, and happiness, which I believe are all needed in order for you to have a great life overall and not just in one specific area. Why infinite banking versus a savings account? And what is infinite banking? The whole concept of infinite banking talks about how to use your own money as your own lending institution. What does that mean? If you're going to purchase a vehicle, you can use your money that you have saved in this tool that we're going to talk about later to buy that vehicle and finance it. If you have a flip that you want to do, if you do real estate, you can use that tool for that to fund your real estate project. If you have anything that you get, a medical bill, whatever it is that you're facing, you can use this tool for you to fund that project instead of going to a credit card, to a bank, to a personal line of credit, or many things that people need to go to because they don't have the right tools. You being your own bank. That's why it means infinite banking. Because at the end, when you talk about banking and credit cards and all that, you're giving the interest in that money to somebody else. So simply put, infinite banking is that you being your own lender for whatever needs you have. Because the beautiful part about this is that you don't need to use it just for college, or you don't need to use it just for emergency, for medical treatment, or you don't need to use it just for a vehicle loan. You can use it for anything you want. Why diversify your savings, right? Because that's what many people ask in my firm when we present them with this concept. And the whole purpose of diversifying your savings is that you have better options than you think you do. What do I mean by this? Wells Fargo is going to be paying you like 0.0001% on whatever money you have with them. And you have better options, even if it's not infinite banking or this tool that I'm going to talk to you about, you have better options than 0.001%. So that's why you should be diversifying your investments in your savings the same way that you diversify everything else. So I want to present you with an option, a tool, or however you want to call it, but we call it in our firm when we sit down with our customers, a tool, because that's what it is. It's a tool to give you freedom. And I want to make sure that you get this idea in your head because you need to diversify your savings account. The other reason why to do this instead of just having the cash sitting in your bank account is because in most instances, your money inside of this tool is going to be untouchable in case that somebody sues you or they're trying to access that money because you're being sued. There's a couple things like the ones that I mentioned and others more, but do your research on infinite banking, do your research on the product that I'm going to talk to you about, and do that so that you can educate yourself. And again, the goal with my channel is just to bring you the info. You need to do your research after here because many people just go, well, why haven't you given me all the information that I need? Well, I only have about 10 to 12 minutes in this video. So my job is to present you with the option, give you a little bit of info, pick your interest, and you need to go and do your research. What is this tool? Let me get to the information because this gets really exciting. And the reason why I wanted to give you the intro first and then the product is because it's going to sound like something that you shouldn't be doing or that you don't want to do. But let me explain what it does for you. The tool is called life insurance. And many people think about life insurance just as a tool to pass away and leave a death benefit to your family. But life insurance can be very powerful. People like Grant Cardone, like Tony Robbins, like Dean Graziosi, and many people that I look up to because they're billionaires, because they have a lot of money and they have access to a lot of wisdom. They use life insurance as infinite banking, as a tool to get richer and as a tool to finance their products. This is a tool that has allowed me to take money out of my life insurance policy and put it into a flip like I was telling before. So you buy the property, you get the money out of the life insurance, you fix the house, you resell the house, you get the money out, you put it back, and you kind of keep playing that game, right? Like if you had it in your savings account. And I'm going to tell you why in a life policy instead of a savings account later. But what I want you to get to is the concept. If I can take $35,000, fix a house with it, sell it, get the $35K back, put it back in my policy, and continue to do that process over and over, it's exactly like a savings account because you have access to the money. The only difference is that you didn't depend on Wells Fargo or a private lender or anything like that. You used your own money to create that product or that project. There's 3 types of life insurance policies. And if you want more info about this, by the way, call my team today at 702-830-4997. We can help you and break down every single policy that we have and how this can help you. But most people think about life insurance as the first type that I'm going to tell you right now, which is term insurance. And that is just the most basic definition of life insurance, where you pay $20, $30, $40, $50 a month. And if you pass away, your family gets $100,000, for example. That's basic life insurance. And that's not the one that I'm talking about. The second type of life insurance, it's a better product. You pay $20, $30, $40, $50 a month. And if you pass away, your family gets $100,000. But if you don't pass away, the insurance company gives you the money back. So if we're doing a policy for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever the case may be, at the end of the 10, 20, 30 years, we give you a check for exactly the amount that you put into the policy, and nothing happened to you like many people. Many people just don't pass away in the 10, 20, 30 years. So typically people end up getting the second option because they're getting their money back. The third option in life insurance is the one that people use for infinite banking, and it's called whole life. Again, if you want more info on this, we, meaning my team, can help you on this because we do this every single day with many of our customers. It's called whole life, and that's the one that ties with infinite banking. What happens with this? You're paying $100 a month, for example. $20 a month is going to the death benefit, meaning if anything happens to you, you get, or your family gets, the death benefit in a check. But if nothing happens to you, which is in most of your cases, what's going to happen, 80 of that 100 is going to a savings account or a cash value account within the policy. What happens is at the end of 10, 20, 30, or 5 years, whatever amount of time you want, you're going to have accumulated a certain amount that you can access via a withdrawal or a loan. And again, this takes way more than 10, 12 minutes to explain. And that's why I want to give you the overview. Use this tool because what happens is, let's say you put $15,000 into this life insurance policy. In year 10, you want to take out those $15,000. Well, guess what? You still have a death benefit. That's benefit number 1. But number 2, you again do not depend on having the money sitting in the bank where somebody can touch it. But number 2, you can also use that money to fund any project that you have. So there's 3 types of policies and only one works for this. So if you think about it, it's kind of like having a mortgage, right? You're paying $2,000 a month for your mortgage. You have your equity in the house. And then if anything, if you need to access that money, or if you need to touch it, or if you need to use it for whatever, what you do is you cash out refi. So you basically are accessing your equity in the form of a loan, or you can liquidate the property. So if you need the money is there. But if you don't need the money is growing. So basically, mortgage and whole life insurance is basically the same concept. But the difference is that you don't have to refinance, or you don't have to sell the property in order for you to access that money if you have it in a life policy. So many times what we do for people is we tie those two together, and then we create a plan that works for them and their future. So life insurance policies are a very powerful tool. And what I want to do for you in this specific scenario is to have my team provide value to you in the form of knowledge. Ask about whole life insurance. Just ask about it. We're not going to have to sell you a product in order for us to educate you on how it works. But trust me, this is something that whenever it's presented to our customers, they end up loving us because it's a better, way better alternative than it is to just have your money sitting in a savings account. So call my team today. We're going to make sure that you're educated on the topic, that you're getting the best options that are available to you, and that you are saving your money. You can use it at any time, but if anything happens to you, which is the most beautiful part, if you have saved 15,000 within the policy and you were to pass away, you're not going to get the 15,000 only like your family would if you had it in a bank account. They're going to get 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. So in reality, your money is growing. And if anything happens, you also have the benefit. Do your research on infinite banking and give my office a call today. I know this might sell like a pitch, like a sales pitch or whatever the case may be, and this is what I do for a living. So yeah, it might be, but I know that you're better off with this option than without it. So call my team today. As always, go to my Instagram account, check it out, give me a follow, send me a DM, comment below on whether you hate me because of I pitching you or because you love the concept after you do your research. Pause this video, go do your research. Don't stay just with my opinion. This is the opinion of thousands of people that know more than me. And as always, take care, everybody.